Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Flying Fluffy Hockey live stream of the Florida Panthers versus New York Rangers. Yeah, Bennett's playing tonight. I think Lundell, Luosterainen, Marchand, and Samoskevich are all taking a rest tonight.
Easy to do, and there's a lot of teams where the American League plays a different style of game just based on personnel, and maybe gives them a better chance to win.
Bolvar says, with the Rangers being utterly defeated and many sources stating they're firing their head coach as soon as Friday, this game is going to either be utter destruction or it's an effort. Let's just take out the Cats game. Hello, Blair. Says, hey, Kyle and Jaws is the Leafs fan. I will be watching the Florida game tomorrow. You are so hyped for the playoffs. Yeah. So one of the games tonight is Habs versus Blackhawks, and all the Habs need is 1 point, and they finally clinched that playoff spot. What is Derek? What is this Dehan news you're referring to? Oh yeah. Congrats, I guess, to the Winnipeg Jets for clinching the President's Trophy last night. The other games, Stars, Red Wings, that's meaningless. Utah, Nashville is only for draft position. LA, Edmonton is a playoff preview. And, of course, Sharks in Vancouver. So literally the only other game with significant consequences tonight is Chicago and Montreal. In the most shocking revelation of the MLB season, the Marlins are not completely terrible. They are, in fact, above 500 on a 2-game win streak and just won a series against the Nationals.
Winning big time because it's free to swap prize.
Do you use loan service?
Absolutely not. I have you.
I just read an article about Miami's manager, Clayton McCullough, intentionally walking Juan Soto to load the bases for Peter Alonso. And then Alonso was a prime candidate to hit into a double play, but McCullough then brought the infield in. Alonso then doubled over the head of center fielder Derek Hill. So yeah, the Marlins are. Derek says Ivan Dadonov getting called up, Demidov getting called up by Montreal reminds you of Montreal calling up Caulfield in 2021. You have a funny feeling Montreal could pull a 2010 or 2021 type of run going deep as an underdog. Yeah, if the Blues blow this, every copy of Gloria must be burnt. The Flames are in a really good position to sneak into that final wildcard spot. So Jonathan Quick is starting for Rangers. Game's about to start, Dad. And of course, Bobrovsky starting for the Panthers. Yeah, Marlins have had good hitting lately. Let's see, he was ready to trash the Rangers organization and how he's treated. The Scripps intern, the timer, the clock is bugged. It was stuck at 15 minutes.
All right, I'm here.
TH Owl says Kyle, the hockey guy, is ranked at 13th out of 16 for the playoffs. Leafs number 2 and Tampa number 7.
Well, Leafs number 2. Jesus Christ, he's lost his freaking cotton picking mind. We've been arresting people. The Leafs at 2. Okay. Wait, Leafs at 2, Tampa at 4?
Huh?
At least we've got the Leafs ahead of Tampa?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Henderson says THG always goes off record in the last 10 games for those rankings.
Yeah. Well, you can turn up a little bit.
So we've got Sturm, Asplund, and is that Pugliarvi? It is.
Yes.
Is that loud enough or?
Should be okay.
I think I just saw Kulikov. It's so good to have him back. In the past couple of games, he has 5. The Marlins are above 500 at, I think, 8-7. We're going on the power play already.
Okay.
And the Marlins just won a series against the Nationals. They won 2 out of 3 games. All right, so we're already on the power play.
You know how I know my brain's not working?
How?
I just heard 3 minutes for cross-checking. And for a second, I had to think about it for a second.
Seth Jones holds the puck in the zone. Barkov. So Barkov, Reinhardt, Rodriguez, Bennett, and Seth Jones is the power play.
So the Panthers, win this game tonight, and then if they go to Tampa tomorrow and get the win, they'll force the Lightning to beat the Rangers on Thursday in their finale to determine the home ice in the first round. Panthers could also still possibly, unlikely, but possibly play the Penguins in the first round. We know the Panthers will lead.
I thought we couldn't.
Or third in the Atlantic.
I didn't think we could. Oh, unless. Hey, there's a goal. There's a goal. Reinhardt. Hey, there we go. All right.
Nice.
Right off the bat.
Another power play goal. That's number 13 on the season. 38 overall.
It's Reinhardt's 38th goal and 13th power play goal. Just all the open nets. All right. Dietrich says howdy. Colin says, I have been really surprised by how good the young talent is on the Marlins, even without some key guys. Yeah. I guess the questions are, will the Marlins avoid blowing it up in 5 years down the road? And also, why would their coach intentionally walk Juan Soto to bring in Peter Alonso, who was a good candidate for a double play, and then bring the infield in, and then immediately Alonso hit a double. It sounds like he might not be the most qualified guy.
Yeah.
Jason Todd says, let's go, Cats.
That was a hell of a good start. Is that just Sturkin in that tonight?
No, it's Jonathan Quick.
Oh, okay.
Rangers iced the puck with 16:29 to go in the first. Icy says, what's up? Reinhardt already has a power play goal. And Bennett and Rodriguez got the assists.
But as Katie spoke about in the open before the game, the Panthers' depth was really done a terrific job. And we know how many players.
So, yeah.
Take it all. A lot of them. They've got that. Bennett's got Boquist and Rodriguez on his wings. It's in
Trocheck with the puck. It's sent wide.
I would assume this would be Bubba's last game of the year. Of course, before the playoffs, obviously. The way Maurice was talking about the Chuck, he says, well, if he's not ready for game one, he's still only, days away, not weeks. From the sound of that, I would just leave him out for 2 games and then bring him in at home, game 3.
Bolvar says the Sens are going to activate their kill switch against the Leafs. Chucky E2 is going to hit them like a bus. Praga says, hey, Jaws, Kyle.
Hey, bud.
Jason Todd says, let's go, Cats. Also, let's start safe practices by staying far away from any box.
Yes. No box.
Is there a story there that I miss?
Yes, but I don't think you would appreciate the humor.
I see.
Miller settles it down. He gives it Perot. Stolen away, but picked up again by Miller.
Bob, what a save. Icy says, hopefully just split the first 2 games till Ekblad gets back. Well, defense has looked a bit better since Bjornfoot is no longer on the
Yes, I hate to be the dude to say it, right? But yeah, he clearly was a weak link.
So-
in history for the Stanley Cup champs. And you know, it's the fourth time in NHL history a team won the President's Trophy that's not made the playoffs next year.
Glenn says it amazing to start playoffs healthy.
Yep.
Bob, another save with 13:45 to go in the first. Bolvar says, now I told you, Kyle, the Rangers are probably firing their coach. What if
Yeah.
I were to tell you that there's also a good chance they just nuke the roster? Would you take Panarin, Kreider, or Minka? Eric, the Stanley Cup playoffs apparently start on Saturday, right? Today's Monday.
Yeah.
Our last game of the year is tomorrow, and then the playoffs start on Saturday.
It's up early, giving you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day, and welcomes you back to even more magical moments. Start saving today.
This combo meal's got combinations. Make this thing your own creation. Entree, drink, and choice of size. Oh, and it's free to swap fries.
Will the Oilers tie the Kings in the playoff standings tonight? Bolvar says, of course the playoffs have to start the first day of WrestleMania.
Oh, jeez.
Montreal already has a 1-0 lead over Chicago. Damn it. And the Red Wings have a 1-0 lead against the Stars.
The legend, 40 years in the booth for the New York Rangers. This is his second to final game. He'll do it right here in South Florida. And before tonight's game, the Panthers with a personalized bottle of wine presented by general manager Bill Zito and head coach Paul Maurice to Sam Rosen. Well deserved, a staple on.
Yeah, if the Oilers win in regulation, they would actually tie the Kings tonight.
Why do I not have my hat on?
Why do you not have your hat
Did
on?
I even not have my hat when I did the recap?
Reinhardt scored a power play goal while you were not wearing your.
Nobody even said anything. What the hell? Where's my hat?
Reinhardt scored on the power play without you wearing your hat. Maybe you should keep the hat off.
I'm sitting there saying my head is full.
Oh, I see. Wow, Asplin, it's a scrum. Fight.
Here, I'm seeing it.
David Lee says, Jaws, no hat equals a goal. Don't wear the hat.
My head's cold.
As soon as you went to go get a hat, we are on the penalty kill.
Well, you
I
all can
can't
blame
make
me.
this up.
I'm not doing naked head. We're gonna get a shorty anyway.
Gets out of the bottom of the pile. You take him to the penalty box. Let's take a look here. The Rangers get their first power play. There's Fox.
That's Asplin destroying.
Number 74, 2 minutes for boarding.
Yeah, it's a boarding call. You see Fox right here. He's about 3 feet away from the
Yeah, dude, we don't need you to be doing that.
attack from behind.
You got one job, not do stupid stuff. Send him back to the AHL in the middle of the game.
Protect themselves.
So the Rangers will get their first power play of the game.
Well, that's been one of the real disappointments of this Ranger team. And they
Colin says, if the Rags score here, it's on Jaws. Maybe we'll finally get a shorthanded goal again. Rangers win the face-off and control possession. Fox with the puck. Oh, the Rangers actually have more shorthanded goals than us.
take a look at the injury. Fox, he missed a lot of the games and just not 100%. He's the quarterback. He's got the puck right now.
Oh, it's steal by Forsling, who chooses to dump it in. Jonathan Quick just lets his teammates get the puck. Icy says, Jaws, I see you've been rocking the red jersey.
Yeah. When we had that losing streak, I decided to wear it because it couldn't hurt, and we've won every game since. So
Set up at the blue line with the puck. Miller lets it go through to Panarin. Now Miller across the box takes a slap shot.
Bob makes a save.
And Rangers trying to find an open man on the Panthers with good puck pressure, and then finally get it back to Fox. You saw that there was a little bit of traffic out in front, maybe a possible screen, but Bobrovsky was able to look around to Peter Laviolette. He's got over 800 wins, 9 most coach games in the history of the NHL. In the second year last year, they won the President's Trophy with 114 points.
Yeah, I think the Rangers are just the fourth team in NHL history to win the President's Trophy and then not make the playoffs the next year.
yeah.
Bob,
Wow,
another
good job,
save.
Bob.
David Lee says, Sturm goal. Come on, make it happen. Yes, Marchand is getting a night off, and I believe so is, you said, Lusterine and Lundell.
Lusterine and Samoskevich, Marchand, and Mikula. So he put Magna with Jones on the second pair. And he's got Balinskis with Forsling and then Schmidt Kulikov.
Nosek denied the entry. Yeah, Bennett and Kulikov are both back in the lineup. I've missed having one of our top defensemen.
Well, we found Magna, so that's good.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Magna going on to the bottom pair when Ekblad comes back. Forsling, Ekblad, Mikula Kulikov, and then maybe Schmidt, Magna.
You forgot Jones.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's only so much room. It's like the same thing happens to Rodriguez when you make the lineup and Kachuk is back.
Yeah.
You don't have room for Rodriguez or Boquist in the top. No! Damn it! Bubba! Of all the schmucks, you let Rempe score. Come on, Bubba. You can do better than that. Bubba. Why even be out there, man? Come on now. Damn it. I hate lifting in the first period.
Trevor says, okay, time for the hat to come off. I would make Jaws take his hat off, but I don't want him to make me stream the game tomorrow by myself because his eyes are too tired.
Yeah, that's the only thing I need it for my eyes.
Arby poked it up the boards to Schmidt. They'll go down low again. Nico Sturm up for
Balinskis. Puck came out of the zone, so it's offsides. The Rangers have doubled shots on us.
Wait till Kyle finds out all the playoff streams started an hour before the game.
Would you like to be massaged anytime in the next 3 months?
Oh, Donna will massage me. In fact, if I make you start him 2 hours before the game, I'm quite sure she'll massage me even more. Checkmate.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I bet you. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if Donna left a comment right now that said, yes, I'll massage you more if Kyle works 2 hours before each playoff game.
Icy says you guys should get some red LED lights for the basement, which would look cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of things we need to do down here. It's just all money-wise. Hopefully this summer we're able to upgrade some things. Just finished my taxes today, $2,900. I have to make payments to the IRS for 6 freaking years.
Barkov with a good shot.
Oh.
Magnus shot goes high. Strafossi says they don't have a big enough helmet for Pugliarvi.
Poor kid.
Jones got it by Hoffman. And now Bickner looks ahead. This will come all the way down.
And we ice it with 9:24 to go in the first.
Takeaway by Brzezinski. Forced out the shot by Bennett. Carson got the second assist on that goal by Redmond.
Did you get the whole back in the side done, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I'm trying to figure out, how long the batteries last for, Of course, I guess it helps that it wasn't that thick.
Yeah. Henderson says, like the stream, you filthy animals. Thank you.
Probably not. I have you.
To meet all services scale. I would just need to pay attention to you a lot like you do. I know what I'm putting down at the guys.
All right.
And the Habs have a 2-0 lead against Chicago.
They're going to make the playoffs. Forget it, Kyle.
8.5 to go in the first. The Stars have tied the game against Detroit.
Strafossi. I could have played for Bubba. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, help us out. Hit that like button so that more people see the stream. Yeah, taxes love money. You're not kidding about that, Eric. That's a good question, Pacharo.
Boom, baby.
No, I am not taking the hat off. My head's cold. All right. Why does it? I see.
Guaranteed to fit.
Okay.
every time.
So Knight's not playing for the Blackhawks.
Spencer! We need the hilarity of the Canadiens. Well, what would even be more funny is if the Blues find a way to blow it. Since going on that 12-game win streak, they have not won a game after they've lost 3 straight.
Yeah, they lost 3 straight, yeah.
Strafossi says, I would have started Vanacek tonight.
Ooh,
That hit the post.
That was a wicked shot off that right wing. Rangers chance there. Time for their first lead of the night.
It's actually genius to have Vanacek starting against the Bolts, because you have to find out if Vanacek will actually be able to make any saves against against our first round opponents.
16 career wins regular season for the veteran Bobrovsky against the Rangers.
Greer with the puck. Now Gadjo pursues. Greer is kept away from the puck. Balinskis sends it back to Greer. Greer somehow held on to that puck now. He sends it back to Nosek. Nosek lost the puck.
Steers it away from Renton. Balinskis runs out of his own zone. Reinhardt plays it deep. Miller with Verhage behind the net. Up the boards, Perot.
Or Tampa goes full AHL mode and Vanny gets a shut in.
We get on. Oh,
Barkov,
onside.
Kulikov.
Oh, the
man.
rebound was right there. Another steal. Barkov just shot gets deflected.
Bolvar says, uh-oh, Ivan Demidov, the Canadiens rookie in his first game, already has an assist and a goal. Why do I feel like this is the start of something bad?
Yeah, but they are playing the Blackhawks, right?
Yeah. And Spencer Knight is not in net.
Yeah.
6:50 to go in the first. TK says, as a paranoid conspiracist, Bolts will be looking to hurt or injure the Cats. They've done it before. I don't know.
I mean, Kucherov did stick his knee out at Kachuk. Oh, right there. Nobody in front. Jeez.
Florida man says, okay, just got here. Who scored? Reinhardt on the power play and Rempe for the Rangers. Henderson says, I'm sorry. Did a Panthers fan just point out any other team being out to get people? Yeah, Bruins fans especially might be laughing at that one. Bennett's just...
I mean, both things can be true, right?
Well, the good news, Henderson, the person who just said that admitted to being paranoid conspiracist.
Yeah, good point. That was Sturm. Was it Sturm?
Yes, Sturm is the new Okposo.
The new Okposo. How did he? Are they going to show us the replay? No, of course they're not, because it's embarrassing. Ugh. Dang it.
Beatrix says Marchand will draw them away.
Yeah.
You got your pickle glazed sandwich. You got your fried pickles, pickle glazed wings, and what? Pickle lemonade?
Pickle lemonades. No, Popeyes. You've gone too far. Abort. Like, I can see the appeal for pickle glazed chicken sandwich, pickle glazed chicken wings,
Right.
even pickle fries. If you really like pickle lemonade is just
It doesn't.
ugh.
No.
You've ruined lemonades.
Yeah.
Someone would have to pay me at least 3 figures to drink a pickle lemonades in cash.
Yeah, cash.
Unaware that Robinhood Gold members now enjoy VIP treatment. The 3% IRA match.
Jesus, vinegar fries.
Once they discover
That sounds good.
are no longer exclusive, their fragile reality will plunge into disarray.
Kazuma says, if we lose this, can we kiss third place goodbye?
No, I don't even know if Ottawa can catch us. I thought the rest that they can do is tie us, and I think we have the tiebreaker.
Dennis says, Sturm is nothing special. That's why I want Gadjo and Greer on the fourth during the playoffs. Put Erod at center on that line.
Well, just what would Erod's face-off percentage be?
We got Sturm specifically for his ability to win face-offs
Yes.
and kill penalties.
However, the face-offs have been terrible. We talked about this on the noon stream today. Here we go. Got a 2-on-1.
2-on-1.
Oh,
Post.
Ding dong.
You were saying?
So Sturm's face-off percentage since he's been with us is 47%.
Ugh.
And the chat seems to feel the difference is there's a different style to the face-offs
Yeah.
in the East versus the West.
I see. 5 minutes exactly to go in the first.
And also in the West, he's been playing in the West his whole career. He was probably taking face-offs against guys he was used to going up against.
It deflected off of Quick and off the crossbar.
Crossbar. Dang it.
Now you see what he's done so far here. Not even 15 minutes.
That would have been nice.
For him, 15 minutes into a game, and he kind of looked skyward. He thought he had it. What a great player! What a great hockey mind Sam Reinhart has. Signed an 8-year contract.
So Schmidt's puck is intercepted on its way to the net.
Scored the cup-winning goal.
Wow, that was still icing? I thought.
Yeah, I know they kind of almost would have been interference, I think.
That last play there where the Panthers got control of that puck and the outlet pass, and he just chipped it behind.
All right, so
Trying to stand up.
I think Greer's the only guy that hasn't really gotten any rest.
Lingering Nostalgia says, how can I watch the game if it's blacked out for me on ESPN? Arr!
Arr!
Hoist the sails, shiver me timbers.
Trying to get guys that had booked cruises, time off, get them healed up late in the season. It's so much hockey the last couple of years, winning the East and going to the Cup final back-to-back years. We'll know short time later.
All right, so Bob sends the puck around. That was held in by the Lightning. Greer blocks the shot. What time of the game are we at? 4:06. Boquist enters the zone. He might get a shot. No, he has to go around the net. Try again.
What? Oh, jeez.
He tried to pass to Rodriguez, but it wasn't close enough. Lingering Nostalgia says, what does that pirate shit mean?
Somebody in the chat tell him.
Retromat says, I'm in Central Florida, so if we play Tampa in the playoffs, it will be blacked out for me. So now I got to get YouTube TV. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Just electric up there. Being able to visit a few of those suites and see some of the fans and sponsors that were
3:35 to go. Rangers control the puck.
That game 7, that third period of game 7, a lot of sporting events, nothing close to that. Place was wild.
Bennett, he actually flipped it on nets and forced Quick to make a save.
every once in a while where he's leading the rush. Trying back off the defenseman, but if he sees he's going to be pinned
A Mercs fan says, "Hi Kyle, hi Jaws."
Hey, what?
The second that frees that puck. And it does that every once in a while. Keep those goaltenders honest.
3:17 to go in the first.
Start in the last 17 games for the veteran, 39 years old.
Rangers win the face-off. Puck was not held in by the Panthers, so Forsling has to go grab it.
Yeah, Shesterkin's their guy, both financially and through play, so they rode him as long as they were still mathematically alive. Now that it's done, they gave Quick the start.
Puljujärvi
Out for Sturm.
over to Sturm.
Sturm sends it in behind the Ranger net. Miller moved it along to Cooley. He's met by
Kulikov. Oh, it's so good to see number 7 back on the ice.
Yes.
Forsling on the shoot-in. Panthers trying to sweep the 3-game series. They won at the Garden back in October, then 5-3 here in December.
Where is that puck? It is over to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe over to Barkov. Here's the top line. Verhaeghe got taken down.
Yeah. Oh.
And now Schmitz.
Oh, it's been okay. Get up.
Barkov in front.
He's okay.
Balinskis
Oh.
who sends it wide.
Dang it. Falling skis.
Oh man, that was right in
There's
front.
nobody over there at the circle. Where the
And
hell's Kachuk?
Verhaeghe couldn't hang on to it. Yes, Kulikov is back.
Yeah.
And Bennett's also in the lineup tonight.
Deflects it into the zone. Fox quickly around the boards. Right back into New York.
It was just a hiccup. One hiccup.
Rolls towards the net. Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky way out.
Brzezinski able to hold it in. Ripping for Brodzinski.
Brodzinski,
Yeah, watch the back door.
Gadjo able to get the clear.
Good work there to put that puck and keep the defender off.
Last minute of play.
Last minute of play.
Sponsored by Anajar Lemonade. Einhard and Rippey, goal scorers in the first.
All right. That was That's Forsling and Bennett holding the puck in that spot. Now the Rangers dump in.
Shoots in. His good buddy Bobrovsky slowed that puck down. Kulikov cut it off. Forsling cuts it off at the net. Now shoveled out in front. Bobrovsky got a stick.
That is held in by the Rangers, but it rolls away from them. Forsling and Bennett once again working for the puck.
Rodriguez and Forsling looking for the clear here. And that
Puck out of play.
went out of play. We get a message from FPL.
Yeah, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, we've mentioned a couple of times here before the drop. the puck,
18.3 to go in the first.
Anything can
a
happen.
big part of the Panthers' offense. Who's got forced 13 shots in his last 3 games coming into tonight. You see the average ice time. It's been down a little bit. The Panthers have been able to spread out the ice time.
We have to do this face-off again.
Playoffs.
He came back and he was just firing pucks at the net. And you see the way Forsling plays those situations. He sacrifices his offensive game. He's a team guy.
With his
defense first with the
With his
Panthers. That's
thumb.
why he's Stanley Cup champs. What a find by Florida. And what a job by Gustav Forsling, Randy, turning himself into the type of player that he is.
Another example of giving a player an opportunity.
Silva says, apologies for leaving my post as a Panthers fan, but I'm watching Montreal versus Chicago right now. I got to. We iced with 12.1 seconds.
Oh,
Glenn says, Magna over Schmidt, please.
Montreal up 2-1 the first tonight against Chicago.
Columbus might not be just enough.
Come on, Chicago. Chicago, do it. come back and win in regulation.
Okay.
That is the end of the first. Only 100 more minutes of hockey until the playoffs. Here we are. Hello, Austin. So, at the end of the first, Detroit has a 2-1 lead over Dallas. Montreal has a 2-1 lead over Chicago. Yay, Chicago's no longer getting shut out. So, if the Panthers get a win in any fashion tonight, they will be tied with the Lightning. They will be tied with the Lightning. But the Lightning would have tiebreaker. So it would mean the Panthers would then have to win against the Lightning tomorrow in order to have a chance of actually having home ice advantage in the first round. The Lightning will be playing the Rangers on Wednesday. You hear that?
Take 3 years in the future, people will be very proud of my decision. Look at me grow. Can you hear me now? I sure hope so.
Hey, Blair, thank you for the $14. Thank you, Blair. Thank you. Thank you, Blair. He says, hey, Kyle and Jaws, the Habs are winning, and even Demidov, that you typed as Demon God, as his first NHL goal and first assist. How do you feel playing Tampa Bay in the last regular game? That's Blair with 14.
Hey, thank you, Blair. Thank you, buddy. Much, much, much appreciated. Thank you. I'll be back.
Puck Rock Rangers says, came here to say, Rempe, Rempe, Rempe. Good luck to your Cats in the playoffs. So is it true that you're about to fire Laviolette into the center of the sun? It was only a couple seasons ago that the Panthers were this close to being one of those few teams in NHL history to miss the playoffs after winning the President's Trophy the previous year. Literally, we have Pittsburgh to thank for their utter choke at the end of that season. Ricky Neal says, Panther Nation. Puck Rock Ranger says he's toast.
Let's take a look at the highlights from the first period. Get to the goal, starting with the one on the power play for the Florida Panthers. A nice setup and a nice finish by Reinhardt.
Yeah, you can see here Sam Bennett comes in here as he picks up the puck on this goal here. Almost think that he was actually getting his forehand to pass it to Seth Jones, who was waiting for the one-timer. But this puck ends up rolling off his blade, right to Sam Bennett, right in his wheelhouse. Reinhardt doesn't make a mistake for his 38, but I like the effort going in there and getting the puck. See the battle.
RSB says, do you think we should try our hardest to get home ice advantage, or are we resting tonight and tomorrow? Well, here's the deal. If the Panthers win in any fashion and then beats the Rangers, the Lightning tomorrow, if the Panthers win both of these games in any fashion, the Panthers will have at least a 1-point lead over the Lightning, which would mean if the Lightning were to lose, also lose to the Rangers on Wednesday, it means the Panthers would get second place in the division. Oh man, Austin, I'm sorry to hear about your grandpa.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
That's rough, man.
Stay 2 nights, get a $50 Best Western gift card. My grandpa's gonna be 80 next year.
Do you use a loan service?
Absolutely not. I have you.
So I always try to cherish the time I do get to spend with him.
This combo meal's got combinations, make this thing your own creation. Entree, drinking, choice of size.
Hello, Wevern Low.
And it's free to swap rides. Have it your way.
You didn't miss it. Join Planet Fitness now for just $1 down. Free unlimited fitness training.
We're mixing it up. We're not slowing down. I'm checking my form.
So here's the
We're just gonna keep showing up.
here's the hilarious part. Let me take a look at the standings again.
Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down.
So
Cancel anytime.
the Leafs are at 104 points. So get this. The Leafs are at 104 points, 40 regulation wins with 2 games to go. The Lightning with 2 games to go, 100 points and tied. The Lightning are tied with the Leafs with 40 regulation wins. So if the Maple Leafs were to lose both of their remaining games in regulation, if the Leafs were to lose both of their remaining games in regulation, and the Lightning were to win both of their games, with at least one of those wins being a regulation win, it would be the Lightning getting first place in the division, which means the Panthers would get to play the Maple Leafs after all. And yes, it is impossible for the Sens to catch us now. They are 4 points back with 2 games to go, but more crucially, they have three less regulation wins than the Panthers. So even if they won both of their remaining games in regulation, and the Panthers lost both games in regulation, it would not be enough for the Sens to catch us. The Sens are going to be locked. The Sens are locked into fighting whoever wants to be first place in the Atlantic, which it won't be the Panthers in first place in the Atlantic. And unless the Leafs choke massively, they should they should get that first place.
Get your tickets today on SeatGeek at FloridaPanthers.com. Sam Reinhart with his 38th up here. Matt Rempe with goal number 3 on the season. We are all tied up at 1 apiece.
Wow, Winter, you lost your grandparent a few months ago. He was 101 years and 7 months old. That's amazing. I actually got to grow up knowing one of my great-grandparents. Nana, I called her. Nana, the family called her. She lived until she was like 94 or 95. But yeah, she was the only great-grandparent I ever knew. My great-grandpa Martin, my dad's grandpa. And also my he's basically my great-grandpa Martin. Yeah, he was apparently he was a really cool dude. And he actually my great-grandpa Martin actually got to see me as an infant because he passed away a few months after I was born. So while I have no memory of my great-grandpa Martin, he did get to see me.
We know that as the Panthers gear up for the playoffs, we're going to see a lot of physicality in their game. We saw that with the hits column, but also the Rangers.
Universal Hab says, "Let's go, Ivan Demidov. First goal. Welcome to Montreal Canadiens." Okay, so there's not much to comment on other than it's wonderful that Reinhardt scored on the power play. And why did it have to be Rempe scoring against us? It's crazy to think that less than a year ago, these two teams were facing off in the Eastern Conference Finals, and now only one of them is even making it to the playoffs. And Burkeen says, "Kyle, it's crazy how much of a dumpster fire the Rangers are this year after winning the President's Trophy last year." Yeah, it just all fell apart. It turned into one of the greatest soap operas for a few months in hockey.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48
Yeah, it's beautiful. No Rangers, no Bruins, No Penguins. No Islanders. David says Rangers had contract issues early, then it was too late. Colin says Kings and 5 over the Oilers. Bold of you to think it'll be that easy for the Kings. Rangers and Boston says Rangers and Boston competing for biggest drop. Yeah. Vancouver was the same, a huge soap opera. Yeah, that has to be massively disappointing for Canucks fans to take a step back and not even make the playoffs. Of course, one of the biggest losers this year has got to be the Preds. They went all in on free agency moves with the huge splashes, and they were rewarded with a complete circus. Trey says, I hate the goddamn Habs so much right now. Why in particular, Trey? David says it's Trocheck's. Hang on a second. Trocheck's 800th game. Nice. Winterfell says, I saw a list of the Oilers' injuries. Looks like they are being held together with duct tape and ace bandages.
We're just going to keep showing up.
Trey says they technically never said Demidov was going to play Tuesday. That's on me. They did say he would play Friday, then Saturday, and he doesn't play till now when the fantasy season is over, and he's balling. Pro Bowl Forever says, why do I feel like the Stanley Cup final is going to be Lightning versus Golden Knights? I don't know. Why do you feel that way? Period's about to start.
Some time with the skaters and hockey players, the Baptist Health Ice Plus. It's the Panthers Adaptive Skating Program, presented by ABA Centers of Florida. The program serves those with developmental and physical disabilities. Good job by Carter and the Panthers. Get into the first period as we unpack this play, sponsored by American Van Lines.
Well, the Panthers are 2-0 against New York Rangers, and into this first period as well. But the Panthers have done well against the Rangers this year. It just takes away any time and space that they have. They're rushing them, forcing the Rangers into mistakes. Here's some good pressure right here. Get good sticks, and the puck goes out of play.
So I looked at the standings. It actually is possible for the Lightning to still win the division.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the Leafs are at 104 points with 2 games left and 40 regulation wins. The Lightning are at 100 points with same amount of games left and the same amount of regulation wins. So if the Leafs were to lose both of their remaining games in regulation, and then the Lightning won both of their games with at least one of those wins being a regulation win, it would be the Lightning winning the division. Of course, that would require a pretty massive choke by the Leafs. Probolt says, I hope Ottawa beats the Leafs in the first rounds. See, Dennis says we're going to spank the Bolts tomorrow, so no chance they win the division.
Sponsored by Ford and the regular season, the Panthers have done very well against both of their potential first round opponents.
13 goals, 4 against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Austin says, "Thank you, Jaws and Kyle, for giving me comforts. Love channel." And Austin's grandpa passed away today.
Oh, geez, I'm so sorry, man. That's rough. I'm sorry, bud.
Deadly Flame says, "Hey Kyle, it's crazy. We are only 2 points behind the Blues, but our next two games aren't easy. Golden Knights and Kings. Oh,
The Knights don't need points, and by the time they play the Kings, they may not need points. It could happen.
I don't think the Golden Knights have clinched that division.
I don't know. I think they have.
Yeah, the Panthers can't win the division because of the shootout wins.
Yeah.
Also, even if we win out, we'd still be 2 points below the Leafs.
Right.
Rodriguez will step into the circle here against Vincent Trocheck, who's able to win it back to Jones.
Austin says, "Thanks, Jaws. He was 85.
Yeah, my grandfather, his great grandfather was 86 when he passed. That's Kyle's middle name is Martin, which is my grandfather's first name. Oh, Forsling was back. Come on, get it out.
Still trying to get out of the zone, and it goes out of play.
Panthers have to be aware that long string pass is now the officials.
Rodriguez, you all right, buddy? Oh, he's just talking. Yeah. He's just talking to the Rangers guy.
What are they going to try to say? He hit it over the.
Rodriguez, no, not again. Didn't he already do delay of games earlier in the year?
Forsling, I think, was the last one to touch it here. There it goes. From that angle,
actually, it would be Forsling if
it hit something before. Here's another look right there. Deflection.
That puck just disappeared after the.
Yeah, you can't see.
Delay game, puck over the glass. Minor penalty.
Yeah, from that angle right there, it looks like it
they
went
don't
straight
know.
Off the stick of Forsling, and Paul Maurice is taking his glasses off. He's looking for an explanation. He's taking a look at.
I don't remember Paul having such big bags under his eyes.
Because you don't see him without his glasses off.
Yeah. Now they label that it was Forsling.
That's a tough angle, and then you see Trocheck's.
You'd literally have to play that frame by frame just to find the puck. So Forsling gets called for a delay of game. Yeah, the glasses hide.
Yeah, they hide it, yeah.
Panthers really were tidy in their penalty killing in the Rangers' first power play back in the first period. Killed that off while the Rangers scored shortly after.
Coach about to be fired. Peter Laviolette.
Yeah, right.
Can't believe, as I mentioned in the first period, that Peter Laviolette's team is 27th in the NHL on the power play.
From President's Trophy Eastern Conference Finals to out of the playoffs is a hell of a thing.
So,
all right, see if we can kill this off.
Zibanejad misses.
Trocheck
hits the post.
Zibanejad for Panarin over to Fox one more time. Panarin holds. Gives to Zibanejad. He lets it fly. Misses the net. For
Florida
the
man
third
says
time.
Forsey. What was that?
Panarin resets. Out in front.
Oh, yeah, also confirmed them. Sens cannot catch us. So.
Right.
Right on top of Panarin's stick, and he could not let that shot go.
Rangers right back to the offensive zone. Panarin in behind.
Emperor King says, I checked the standings. Golden Knights did clinch the division.
Yeah, I thought.
Gets it over to Zach Jones. Nice move to get
Jeez,
it.
Greer got walked.
Away. AJ Greer
All right, but it's out.
A little more than 3 minutes gone here in the second period. Reinhart, the Panther goal in the first, is 38. That's Gretzky, the goal for the Rangers. Volitskis got hooked there and went down as he cleared the zone. Race to the puck.
Race to the puck. Greer actually gets to it, but the Rangers collect it.
Brodzinski.
Final seconds of the kill.
Stolen away.
Good job.
He'll get a clear
Oh.
away now. Forsling's out.
Okay, didn't count as icing. It was
Held the Rangers shotless
right
on
there.
that power play.
Zibanejad, 2 or 3 opportunities that he fires it by.
All right, so
Looks in that second.
Rangers move for the neutral zone, dump in. Emperor Keen says, I'm just wondering where will Besser go? Yeah, there's rumors Brock Besser wants out of Vancouver. Asplund put the brakes on and dumped it behind the net.
Comes around.
Kulikov.
By Cooley. Kulikov keeps moving. Gets it through.
Kulikov was in front
Oh,
for Hagee
Oh,
sent
great.
it wide.
that's that. You still got you're not quite. You must still have some symptoms of the sickness that shall not be named.
Look at he just cuts right in front. And gets a shot, and then in comes for Hagee, a rolling puck.
Hagee, man, that's your shot, man. That's your shot. That's your whole game there. He's taking advantage of a quick puck on your stick. Come on, man.
Available for the first 2 games of the playoffs, so we'll see how they line it up when the playoffs come
Florida.
Oh, yeah! I think that's Forsling. Or did Hagee tip it in? I thought it went in before he touched it, but we'll take it. We'll give you the cheap one, Carter.
I'll wait to see who got it.
I thought it dribbled in.
For
but
Hagee is celebrating.
he's celebrating. Let's see. I think he's.
Oh, it
went
bounced off of
I see.
Quick's pad. It hits
It
for
hit for
Hagee's
Hagee.
leg.
Okay,
And
all right.
that is the
Yeah.
most hilarious way
That's
of
what I was saying. I didn't see his stick hit the puck.
of all the scoring chances for Hagee had in recent games.
Yeah.
That's the one that goes
That's
in.
the one.
It's hilarious. Florida man says, I live in Tampa for now. I'm going to be at their barn repping. Nice. Quick has to pick up the puck. For Hagee has reached 20 goals.
Yes. All right.
Yay.
Good job.
Dennis says, I reverse jinxed Carter. Trey says, they don't ask Cal, they ask how many.
Yeah.
So JT Miller against Rodriguez in the circle. Ends. Rangers win that face-off.
Jones ahead for Miller, tipped away by Rodriguez.
Okay.
Row for the Rangers, fed the middle. Panthers get the takeaway.
Panthers get the takeaway. We dump in.
Quick cut it off. Rodriguez nearby.
Wow, we stole the puck from Quick, but it looks like Jones will have to fight for it. Rodriguez held it in. Bennett's now with the puck.
Puts it out towards the front of the net. Boquist will pick it up.
Boquist sent
Oh,
it.
right.
Oh, man,
Oh,
Bennett had a
damn.
beautiful chance
I thought
backhanded.
for sure that was going in.
Just as long as that's a goal, we successfully making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So Forsling and Barkov get the assists on the Verhaeghe goal. Emperor Keane says, I needs the Keens to win tonight so we can keep the home ice advantage for the playoffs. Yeah, the Keens are playing the Oilers tonight. Yeah. Glenn says, they never show Kachuk.
I know, he's invisible.
That was on goal. And there were two Panthers right in front. Oh, man, Gadjo was right there, but Nosek wasn't anywhere near the puck. Cooley unable to clear the zone. Gadjo unable to hang on to the puck. Jesus, the Rangers are getting bullied by this fourth line of the Panthers.
Fires it off the glass. Comes back to center.
Kulikov now has to defend. Bob with a great play. Kulikov the other way now. He waits. He gets the puck taken away from him. Dennis says, I love this fourth line. Oh, who fell? Pugliarvi.
Yeah.
See.
Nobody there.
From this, it's too far away to see how big Pugliarvi's helmet really is. Cross ice pass deflected.
For the Rangers. Lost it. Panarin. Miller. Knocked away and taken by Midman. Here comes Barkov, but it's tipped off his stick.
Miserables Sabres fan says, I went to bed and didn't watch the Sabres versus Lightning's game. It was just a debacle, no point of watching it.
Yeah, I guess at that time of the year, those last two games can get hard to watch if your team's not playing well.
We've outshot the Rangers 7-1 in this period. And this is with the Rangers having the power play.
Hey, don't be trying to hurt Barkov now.
Silva says, I almost feel like just leave the fourth how it is right now. Take the people who got displaced from the top 9 when we're healthy and just bench them.
I mean, I don't know what Maurice is going to do. You talk about benching not just Boquist, but Rodriguez. And when Chucky comes back.
Miller with a steal. Robertson across the box. Puts it toward the net. Sticked away by Bobrovsky. Fox again. Shot blocked by Boquist.
Okay, we get the clear.
Miller shoots Bobrovsky with the stop.
Bob with the stop. Let's see, Rodriguez now with the puck. He waits, passes it to Greer, who promptly loses the puck. Emperor Keane says, with Caps losing both games to Columbus, they don't look dangerous at all, Kyle. Well, here's the thing. Columbus is fighting for their lives still. I would assume that the Capitals might have a bit of a downturn because they're still riding high off the emotion of Ovi getting the records. I'm not expecting the Capitals to completely collapse in the first rounds. They should be able to make it a series against the Canadiens or maybe Columbus.
Columbus is not making it in. I'm sorry, buddy.
Let's see what the score is in the. It is still a 2-1 lead for the Habs about halfway through the seconds. And now the Stars and Red Wings are tied at 2. And in a completely meaningless game, the Preds have a 1-0 lead over Utah. Universal Habs says, with us winning tonight, we eliminate the Blue Jackets. Yes, that is correct. Even if you get just a point, I believe that is enough to eliminate the Blue Jackets. The real interesting stories. I'll wait until Maurice is done talking.
He's also playing with two guys he's played with for a while. So we need Carter's building here. But for a goal scorer, the puck's got to go in the net some way, somehow.
How do you balance the excitement of what's around the corner with the playoffs while focusing on the task at hand tonight?
It's trying to be consistent with your theme, so there wouldn't be anything different tonight because it's not necessarily a lot of meat on the bone for this game. You get consistent with that, and after that, just keep your shit short so everybody plays.
As I was saying, the real interesting stories are the Blues going to choke that playoff spot.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Wow.
Whoa.
What a couple of amazing saves.
How the hell did that not go in?
That's what the Rangers fans are saying right now. Nine and a half to go in the second. Now we dump the puck in. For Hagee, oh, it's the top line. So for Hagee trying to get the puck, waiting. Now Barkov has it at the circle. No. Seth Jones is able to flip it back over to Verhaeghe near the circle. Verhaeghe over to Barkov, but it rolls all the way back to Seth Jones. Over to Barkov, takes a shot, goes wide. Let's see. Now Jones with the puck. And his pass is intercepted.
Jeez.
Sturm chased the man and lost the puck.
Snaps to the head, Trocheck. Moving in with possession. Panarin trying to clean it up. And now a chance for save Bobrovsky on Zach Jones. Pass one out of his own end. Quick sent it around. Blocked by Cooley.
I still can't believe you really picked Nashville to make it to the finals.
Everybody thought they were going to be good. A lot of people thought they were going to be good.
Does roll out of the zone, though.
Well,
I mean, they were good last year, and they added Stamkos and Marshall, so I don't think anybody was screaming they were going to be in last place.
Well, that's the thing. The teams that make such massive splashes in free agency are usually it results in hilarious disaster. Unless you are the LA Dodgers, where you pay Shohei Ohtani a small island's GDP, and then you instantly win the World Series and make Artie Moreno look even worse as an owner of the LA Angels. Yeah, the Nashville Pretenders.
advantages for far too long. Look at them, unaware that Robin Hood Gold members now enjoy
Okay.
VIP treatment.
Austin thinks the Oklahoma City Thunder will win the NBA championship.
Once they discover their privileges under
Universal Hab says, I mean, it's the Blackhawks. I am not scared.
Right.
To me, lawn service is a scam.
No loan service. Unfortunately, I don't trust them very much because I don't know what they're putting down.
Nobody's going to pay attention to your lawn like you do.
It's the whole point of owning a home is that you maintain your own lawn.
What time is the game tomorrow?
I would assume it's the same time, but I'll check.
It looks good. It makes me feel even better. Do you
You see, it's at Tampa, so
Absolutely not. I have you.
Colin says, I'll be interested to see who Kyle has coming out of the West.
7:30 it looks like tomorrow.
We need to get the NHL, the playoff bracket, done as soon
Well,
as
once
the...
it's done.
Yes.
Since you can't do it, it's not ready.
There's the first save that comes across and it's just robs Ricky. You see from a different angle. He's going to make the first shot right here. And that
So, great athletic move, and it followed by another great athletic move.
it just keeps it away from Ricky.
And Rempe overskated. Green Loogie says, woo, I am so ready for playoff hockey. Let's get some. Go Panthers. 7:20 to go in the second. Rangers ice the puck with 7:12 to go.
Disturbed is Rocking Hammer Bank Arena on April 18th with special guest Daughtry and Nothing More. Celebrate 25 years of the sickness. Get your tickets now on SeatGeek at hammerbankarena.com.
That Nosek line is back out there for the Panthers.
There's some old person in a minion costume.
Is that right?
And they have Florida Panthers themed cat ears on top of the minion costume.
Gatchevich went for the big hit on Rempe and just missed. That would have been interesting. Miller knocked away.
Emperor King
There we
says,
go.
if we slay the dragon, then I am good. Yeah. What is this? Round 4 of can the Kings actually beats the damn Oilers in a playoff series.
Right.
Barkov's got it down low, fights through the traffic. Here's Reinhardt. Trying to get around the boards to Verhaeghe. Just came on and hit the referee.
Adonis says, Bob is the only goalie that will have ever found the fountain of youth.
What's that?
Bob is the only goalie that will have ever found the fountain of youth.
There's been a few.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
we go,
Reinhardt
Reinhardt.
again.
All right, here we go. There we go.
Dennis says, I want Gadjo to lay Rempe out. Reinhardt makes it a 3-1 lead for the Panthers. Yeah, the top line has been buzzing, and yeah, that just takes the deflection off of Quick and goes in. Canada Ball says, what's up, guys? Demidov, first assist and goal.
Yeah, I know Trey's less than thrilled.
Yeah. It's less than 6 minutes to go in the second. Boquist moves the puck along. Now he ends up with possession again. Quick gloves the puck. All right, so 5:47 to go in the second. Fireborn Knight says, what's up?
Hey, Lloyd.
So the Knights fans in the chat, what are your expectations? The Golden Knights seem to be in a decent spot. They won the division. They have Marchessault back as well. That was one of the trade deadline moves. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking.
I was waiting for you to figure that out.
It's Riley Smith.
Riley Smith. Yes.
The Preds probably would want to ship Marchessault back, though. Take him back. It's a dumpster fire.
That's why I was quiet. I'm like, that don't sound right to me.
Adonis says Stuart Skinner shall never be trusted. Dallas taking the lead over Detroit. TK says Ponce de Leon was always looking for the fountain of youth in Florida. So that makes goal number 39 for Reinhart. Yep. He has a legitimate chance at a 40-goal season.
Let's just do the hat trick tonight and take tomorrow night off.
But Jaws, if we win tonight, we have a chance to win against the Lightning and have it matter for home ice advantage.
And then just to bust our ass so they can go beat the Rangers in the last game of the season. Come on.
Oh, Rodriguez sent it wide. Yes, we need a win tonight as well as against Tampa to have a chance for home ice. The Lightning would still need to lose to the Rangers on Wednesday. Bennett's stopped by Quick.
That's out.
Offsides with 5:13 to go.
Sam Bennett, he missed 4 games. They wanted to get him as healthy as they could, and I tell you, he was just itching to play in tonight's game. All Maurice was telling, he says, I'm as close as I'm going to get. I want to get back in the action, and he has brought the energy here.
And then there is the hilarious but unlikely scenario where the Leafs lose both of their remaining games in regulation, and then the Lightning win both of their remaining games with at least one win being regulation win, and the Lightning would get first place in the division.
Yeah.
Joe Kerr says, to all the doomers, suck it. 4:59 to go in the second. Now Barkov with the puck. No, excuse me, that's Magna. Reinhardt taking off the puck. And that will be icing by the Rangers. Fireborn Knight says, I'm just chilling and I know what we are capable of in the playoffs. If we play the Wild, I don't know how much of a fight they put up. Silva says, y'all treating Doomers like crap as if you don't know damn well they've watched longer than you.
I don't think he's talking about us.
Well, he was responding to Joe.
That's
Joe
chat
Cruz.
talking to themselves.
Yeah, the Wild are finally getting healthy. Getting Eriksson, Ek, and Kaprizov back. They might have gotten them back just in time to save themselves from collapsing.
Yeah.
And probably get eliminated in the first round against Vegas.
Oh, Balinska Swift on the shot. Dang it.
Jones got the second assist on that Reinhardt goal. Jones played his 18th game as a Panther.
So Barkov and Jones had the assists on the second Reinhardt goal.
Oh, for friggin' hell.
At least it wasn't Rempe this time.
What was that garbage?
Dennis says they're going to be a monster to oust with all their guys healthy.
From the point, watch, there's the scramble over in the side. And then, the Panthers just got outnumbered. The Rangers raced them and beat them to the front of the net after that puck.
I mean, you let him right in front of Bob.
Tip right to the top of the net.
Who the hell's supposed to have that dude? There's not a Panther in the frame.
Yeah, it would be funny if the Flames take the last wild cards. It would be goddamn hysterical.
Yeah.
The Blues would never hear the end of it if they went from winning 12 games in a row to not winning another game to end the year and losing that final playoff spot to the Flames. Yes, Ekblad will be back in game 3 of the first round. Dennis says deflection, not going to blame that on Bob.
No, certainly not. Let the dude just stand in front of him.
Tied up with Dmitry Kulikov. And Aaron trying to work it free, and he does. Miller shoots wide. Rodriguez has Boquist breaking. But the pass was tipped away by Morgan and out of play.
3:21 to go in the second. So I think the consensus from the chat was that it was a lethal deflection. There was really
I mean, yes, but who left this man wide open in front?
Yes, the Hawks have tied it.
Oh, for friggin' hell.
But the Hawks would have to win in regulation. Taking it to overtime still, I believe, gives the Habs that playoff spot. Greer's backhanded shots went high.
Really productive shifts in this game. A lot of offensive zone time.
All right. The power of art says, "What's up?" Hey, what's up? Says, my Leafs are coming for you this year. The Rangers have just tied the game. JT Miller. What was that? That was
Jeez. That's called if you're gonna.
The mistake was made by the Panthers blue line, and it looked like Jacob Magno. He was trying to knock that pass, that cross-ice pass.
So we decided to blow the lead early.
It went past Magno.
Now the Rangers, they developed a 2-on-1, and Zibanejad just reached around Jones and watched over the far side. Sergei Bobrovsky.
Fireborn Knight says, plus we will be the final word for the Flames if they make it for or not. Yeah, they got to stop allowing two guys in front of the net.
That's nice. That's right. I still got to look for this guy.
Power Fart says, good luck versus Tampa Bay, guys. It's going to be a fun series.
Yep.
There is still an outside chance the Panthers play the Leafs in the first round. The Power Fart says you guys are going to wear Tampa Bay down and the Leafs will finish them off.
Come on now.
You might want to...
Come on now.
You know, the Sens have their own Kachuk, right? You might want to watch out for that guy. Glenn says now we can expect Schmidt to start over Magna.
Yep.
Bolinskis with the puck. He dumps in. Colin says, keep 2 D-men back there, Pomo. All right, so last minute of play. I thought that was going to be icing against the Panthers. Yeah, we need that Rhino Hattie. Emperor Keene says, if it was me, I don't want to play Brady Kachuk in the playoffs. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rangers. Hey, Amanda, thank you. Thank you for the 2, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. She says, I'm sorry, I don't like Jones. He's terrible.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Bob makes the save.
Bob. Well,
that is.
I mean, on that last one, that was Magna, though. You know, Magna let that puck get past them.
Jake is running to the store. Seal in the third. Okay.
My glasses. All right.
So we are back to square one. This is exactly where we were at the end of the first tied. And Burkeen says, hey, at least that comb is out for the first round. Good for us. So, yeah, at the end of the second, Panthers, Rangers tied at 3. Stars with a 3-2 lead over Red Wings. And the Blackhawks tied it at 2 against Montreal. And Utah has now a 2-1 lead in a meaningless game over Nashville.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
Stay 2 nights, get a $50 Best Western gift card.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So,
Can you hear me now? Of black.
If the Canadiens get a point tonight, it actually would not be over for the Blue Jackets. If the Canadiens get 1 point tonight and then lost the next game, the last game of the year in regulation, the Blue Jackets would simply have to win both of their remaining games in regulation in order to make the playoffs. So it's a rather slim scenario, but the Blue Jackets, I'm sure, would prefer to have that last bit of hope. So if the Canadiens lose in any fashion tonight to the Blackhawks, the Blue Jackets season is still alive.
70.
We're just gonna keep showing up. Showing up.
Showing up.
You coming?
Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down. $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended to Wednesday, April 16th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Jameson here clapping for JT Miller. The Rays leads the Red Sox 15-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Good God. Isn't there some kind of mercy rule for that kind of game? David says, longest 5 minutes of my life. Again, how long will the Blackhawks keep it a tie? No, that last goal was on Magna. Magna was the defenseman who got beat. Yeah, I want a good story for Columbus too. Glenn says at least Knights doesn't have a chance to make Zito look bad playing in front of Chicago. Sam says this was supposed to be an easy win. The Sabres are supposed to be an easy win. Rangers, I'm sure, would love to play spoiler as much as possible against us. Dark charge them. I think autocorrect gotcha. I'm having trouble deciphering. A good thing. Oh, it's a good thing you're not watching that Red Sox game. Wake me up if they tie it. So, the Canadiens actually would not clinch a playoff spot if they get just 1 point. No, because if they get 1 point tonight and then lose the last game of the year in regulation, all the Blue Jackets would have to do is win both of their remaining games in regulation, and they would be tied with more regulation wins.
Oh my God, come on, Montreal, don't do this.
Yes, do this, Habs. I want the Blue Jackets to have some shred of happiness for Johnny. Who we got for Edmonton versus LA and Dallas versus Colorado. Colorado might do it this year. They might get Landeskog back for these playoffs. And the Stars are the team that just became the first team in NHL history to surrender 3 goals in the final minutes of a game and then lose the game. Dennis says the last 2 goals were on Magna and Schmidt. Edmonton versus the Kings. For the love of God, Keens, this has to be the year you beat the Oilers, right? Dark Charge says, I would love nothing more than the Capitals losing in the playoffs to please you.
55 lifted 70.
We're just gonna keep showing up.
Showing up.
You coming? Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended to Wednesday, April 16th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Austin says, "Oh my, what happened? I was eating in 31 Panthers. A couple of defensive breakdowns. Magna and Schmitz Magna and Schmitz got walked. In particular, Magna on the game tying goal." Emperor King says, "Lord of mercy, I don't want to play the Oilers ever again in the playoffs. I want to take them out."
They stand for elegance, refinement, and prestige. Even a little can go a long way. And though they're darker than the
1-800 car insurance, pay less than you do now.
Derek says, "I think Avs Stars winner goes on to the Cup final."
Sam, 2 goals in under 2 minutes for the Rangers to tie things up. How do you regain control in the third? How do you regain control in the third?
I think just get back to keep it simple. We're just trying to create too much. Just keep the game simple, and we'll be fine.
First game back for you in the lineup since missing 4 with injury. Your head coach Paul Murray said you're feeling 100%. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, it's nice getting into a game before the playoffs and that intensity. I'm sure it's going to ramp up a lot. So definitely nice getting the game here.
Speaking of the playoffs, your goaltenders.
Austin says Kings versus Oilers is the reason to change the playoff format.
Yeah, he's made some huge saves, and especially in the first, kept us in it there, and we can always rely on Bob.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you. Thanks, Katie. Hey, Panther fans, come on down to Funky Buddha Brewery in Fort Lauderdale for your next Cats Watch Party, presented by Jameson and Funky Buddha, as your Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning tomorrow, April 15th. Enjoy drink specials, giveaways, Panthers hockey, and so much.
So, what do we think? How will the third period go? Can the Panthers actually hang on to a lead until the end of a period?
I saw your dog do this about an hour ago. That's going to be a fine.
Time to move. I'm there.
The combo meal changed the game of TNK.
With so many options, I play my way.
As I say, no compromise.
Winning big time, cause it's free to swap prize.
have it your way.
David Smith says Kings losing the Oilers like Leafs choking in the playoffs. It's tradition. Dennis says the deflection in front of Bob was on Schmitz. He was just staring at Parsonen.
Why do dermatologists worldwide recommend La Roche-Posay? Effective skincare like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer delivers double action to help repair skin's barrier and provide 48-hour hydration for healthy-looking skin. La Roche-Posay.
Putting myself through a little upgrade, changing my body image. All it takes is positivity, a very painful laser, a little bit of crying, and bam, Pete's tattoo free. So when Verizon announced that everyone gets a free phone on any plan guaranteed, 0 lasers, I'm like, count me in, dude. I mean, seriously, who's doing that? A free phone? Look at this thing. I don't even need a case. That's how fun. Try and beat it. I'll give you a second.
Stravossi says,
on more than 50 road tests.
of course, if the Rangers would try against us down 2 goals, if it's against Tampa, it would be 6-1.
Is Subaru. It's no surprise they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand. Safe, reliable, trusted, loved. Subaru.
To me, lawn service is a scam. No loan service fee. Unfortunately, I don't trust them very much because I don't know what they're putting down. How would you going to pay attention to a lawn like you? It's the whole point of owning a home is that you maintain your own lawn.
40 minutes of play. The Rangers and the Cats all knotted up at 3 apiece. Back here inside of the arena.
All right, so
along with Ed Jovanovski and Jogo, you heard Sam Bennett talking about it.
What do we think? Will the Panthers turn it up in the thirds and get the win?
You can see here, if this on this first one was spectacular, almost gets it just underneath the blocker there. But as this puck goes out in front,
Dennis says Darcy Kemper is the hottest goalie headed into the playoffs in the West. Yeah, I'm thinking the Avs in particular might be formidable this year. Yeah, Rhino hat trick would be great.
short shifts, keeping it simple. Play for a goaltender, man. He's been awesome here tonight.
Yeah, there were a couple times during the second period where we heard the Bobby chants ring out in the arena, and for good reason. So yes, the Rangers have tied this up at
Florida man thinks we're scoring 2.
What's going to be the biggest key for the third period?
Well, short shifts. I mean, heard Bennett talking about it. Just keep things simple. I think they got a little bit cute, a little bit bit up there in that period. You got 20 minutes in your building.
Yeah.
You know, should be your 2 points.
Yeah, final game of the regular season here at home. Let's finish off strong. You know, this guy is ready, rocking those Cats overalls.
All right. David says we scored 2 in the last period. We might need to score 3 in this period. I'll be right back, folks. I'm going to use the restroom.
We'd save 100 million pounds of plastic waste each year. And that's better than all good. It's all glad.
Didn't miss it. Join Planet Fitness now for just $1 down and get free unlimited fitness training.
We're mixing it up.
We're not slowing down. I'm checking my form.
55 lives at 70.
We're just gonna keep showing up. Showing up.
Showing up.
You coming? Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended to Wednesday, April 16th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
The key to a perfect family vacation. Except for lives. Put the low right on me. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
These people of privilege hoarding the financial advantages for far too long. Look at them, unaware that Robin Hood Gold members now enjoy VIP treatment. The 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. Once they discover their privileges are no longer exclusive, their fragile reality will launch in disarray.
Only 80 more minutes to go. Dennis is in the East. Bob is the hottest goalie headed into the playoffs. His numbers since January have been excellent. Just chucking around says Benny Golf and Rhino empty netter. According to Ovi, it counts.
And by Mike's Racing, official mayo and mustard of the Florida Panthers. Third period coming up. Look at our second third stats sponsored by your South Florida Hyundai dealers. Pretty even across the board there.
Colin says prayer circle Panthers get the regulation win and Reinhardt hat trick.
Formula One Miami Grand Prix ambassador here at the game tonight, and he was presented by goaltender Roberto Luongo, making the jersey presentation along with Panthers general manager Bill Zito. Goalie, so why not? It's a good person to meet there, Roberto Luongo. All right, let's get into this game, Randy. 3-3 going to the third.
All right.
It's sponsored by
Well, hopefully
Here we are tied at 3.
here in the third period.
Okay.
Derek says Kenny Albert will be the new Rangers play-by-play, taking over from Sam Rosen next year. Emperor Keen says, with Logan Couture retiring, who's going to be the next captain for the Sharks?
As I mentioned, usually in this stretch where the Panthers have been dominating at home, Sergei Bobrovsky shut the door, especially in the third period.
Well, the Panthers have clinched their spot in the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. So get in the hunt and gear up with your official Panthers playoff merch. There's tees, caps, hats, hoodies, and more at FL18shop.com. Now, if the Rangers win this game in regulation, we know the Panthers will be the number 3 seed in the division. The Panthers win tomorrow night. They'll have a chance to win that one. They could finish second division and get the home ice in the first round. So, still to be determined. We do know it'll be either Tampa Bay or Toronto for the Panthers.
All right, so
in the postseason, they beat each of those teams in the last 2 years in the runs to the Stanley Cup final.
here we are.
2 years ago, they took out the Lightning in 5
The
games.
Panthers outshooting the Rangers 20-16. Excuse me. Schmidt and dumps in. Now it will be over to Forsling, who sends it back over towards Reinhardt behind the goal line.
Barkov's line works behind the net.
Barkov's line works behind the net. Kulikov held it in and chose to pass to Reinhardt.
7 career hat tricks for Sam Reinhardt. 3 of them as a Panther. Barkov, that puck away. They hold it in the zone.
Reinhardt and Barkov. Barkov forced to move it to Kulikov.
Oh,
he tried to pass it to Verhaeghe.
And finally, Zibanejad will get it to the blue line and out of the zone. That Barkov line finally the bench. Big opening shift in the third.
You know it's a power play goal, but that line, Barkov, Verhaeghe.
All right, so
dominant here. It's supplying all the offense so far.
Dark Charged, the Penguins fan says, with Kyle Dubas as our GM, I'd be like, hello, darkness, my old friends. The Hawks scored. They have scored 3 unanswered
come
goals.
on, Montreal. Skip. It would screw up the whole skit. It would screw up the whole thing.
Oh no, how terrible.
I don't like you anymore.
Henderson asks, are the Habs really going to blow this?
Come on, not to Chicago, Montreal. Come on, man.
You're just salty because Spencer Knight isn't playing in that game. Or wait a minute, no, I'm confusing you with Trey.
Yeah.
Just Kachucking around says, at least that top line is able to generate chances. They went MIA for a while.
Yeah.
Nosek with the puck over to Gadjo.
Oh.
Quick way to save. So it'll be interesting to see for how long the Blackhawks can manage to hold that lead.
Good.
We're going on the power play.
Yeah, he stuck out his knee, did Rempe. Or even the Panthers were trying to just get control of the puck at the Ranger blue line. Here's the call.
New York penalty, number 73, 2 minutes stripping.
Here's the play right here. Here comes Rempe.
Yeah, Rempe.
Dude, man, what an ass wipe.
Knee-on-knee contact against Nosek.
I mean, that's just deliberate. In a game with no meaning for them.
A Mercs fan says, hi, Kyle. Hi, Jaws. Hello. Can we just score on this power play and retake the lead early? Our power play tonight was 1-for-1 with one shot. That was Reinhart. Reinhart flips it over to Rodriguez. Now Reinhart with the puck, and his pass did not connect. Bennett with the puck. He chooses to pass back to Reinhart. I don't know why Bennett was passing backwards anyways.
Childhood friend, JT Miller. They grew up together in Pittsburgh, now on the same NHL team. Knocked away by Forsling. Picked up by
Oh no.
Oh,
Are you
shit.
kidding? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
We just gave up a short-handed goal. And the Rangers are winning. A Mercs fan says, can the Panthers not choke the lead they had? I'm having dinner. It felt like 3 seconds. You've got to be kidding me. And of course it's Trocheck. Bruh.
I did predict the score to be 5-3 Rangers. But I thought it was going to be with 2 empty nets. Honestly, this is disturbing.
Your local Panthers fan says, what is this? This is the Panthers flopping like a fish after having had a 2-goal lead in this game. The Rangers actually chose to try, and we can't stop allowing 2-on-1s. Yeah, Chicago is winning 3-2. Colwyn says, haven't seen the Panthers blown a lead like this in a minute. Yeah. Yeah, this is as bad as those blowing those 2-0 leads.
Yeah.
Against the Islanders and the Bruins. Figure report says Jesper Blomqvist.
And a 3-1 Panther lead, it just seemed like, the Rangers were getting buried, and then get that deflection goal, get a little life to them. And
I mean, to close out the season at home like this.
Yeah, this is our last home game, guys. Seriously, Panthers, what is wrong with you? Jonathan Quick loves the puck. Just Kachucking around says, at least Ekblad's going to play in the next home game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone even know what the hell happened on that? How the hell did we give up a shorthanded goal to the Rangers? It's funny because the Rangers have more shorthanded goals on the year than us.
I think we just stopped trying. Honestly. That's what it looks like.
But Doug Glean says the live betting odds for this game when it was 3-1, Panthers were 17-1 favorites to win the game. Turnover, but Reinhart sent the puck right back to the Rangers. Offsides. Henderson says, unpopular opinion, but if this version of Florida shows up in the playoffs, we will take their lunch money. Well, it's probably not going to be this version of the Panthers that's in the playoffs.
So far in the game, and they have averaged about 35. This big winning streak that they have.
Barkov with the puck over to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe, the puck just rolled away from him. Chicago scored is that Silva, are you just seeing the 3-2 score? Is it 4-2 now?
No. Come on, Montreal. Don't make me rewrite the whole damn script.
Just Kachucking around says we would have to have 2 lines out injured for this team to show up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to worry about, you hate blowing leads, but...
it's just seen 3-2.
Okay.
Here's that Trocheck line out there with Panarin.
Morgan laid it ahead to Panarin at the line. Nice move to get free. Another move by Panarin. Picked up by Zach Jones.
Yes, I would get my wish if Montreal doesn't make the playoffs. Chicago does have the chance to do the funniest thing ever. Imagine the U-Tree congrats video. If any hockey team is getting a congrats video for missing the playoffs, it would be the Blues.
Yeah.
If the Blues find a way to miss the playoffs after having won 12 games in a row, it'd be hilarious. 13:24 to go in the third, and we are losing 4-3 after having had a 3-1 lead in the second period.
NHL event. Sign up today for a chance to win exclusive prizes at NHL.com/bracket.
Consumer Reports ranks car brands on more than 50 road tests, reliability surveys, owner satisfaction surveys.
Playoffs can't come fast enough.
Yeah.
And for 2025, Consumer Reports' most reliable automotive brand is Subaru. It's no surprise they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand. Safe, reliable, trusted, loved. Subaru.
Laviolette's coaching for his job next season.
Honestly, though, if we were going to put this effort on the ice, we should have just called up whatever the hell his name is from the AHL and throw his ass out there on the ice.
Bjornfoot?
No, the other goalie that we got. Instead of subjecting...
Cooper Black?
No, the other guy.
Capo Kakinen.
Capo.
Our Verizon reliable performance. Here's how good the Panthers have been on home ice. The second most wins in a season at home in franchise history.
Large in part, the Panthers 15-2 on home ice the last 17 games.
Nearly unbeatable since mid-January. Robertson shoots.
Bob makes a save. Hey, Dana, thank you for the 5.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Bob gloves the puck again.
They'll do it again in the face-off circle in the Panthers' zone.
Seen a few goals scored here tonight between these two teams off of clean face-off wins.
Parson will get tossed out for that quick move.
Boquist now with the puck over to Bennett. Bennett enters the zone. He falls down, and the Rangers retake the puck. Just chugging around says, well, the team will get some practice with the net empty, I guess.
Good.
Are the Panthers trying to play the Maple Leafs in the first playoff game on purpose? The only chance of that even happening would involve an absurd series of events between the Leafs choking and Lightning winning both of their games. Hey, Henderson has been a member for 5 months.
Thank you, Anderson.
Says, whatever I say in the playoffs, I still love you. Hashtag Florida Man Unity.
Appreciate that.
Quick gathers the puck in with 12:05 to go in the third.
They go in straight lines. Usually Gadjevich and Miller have a little conversation. Get the puck in deep and see if you can get to it quicker than the opposition. That's their game.
Jacob says, you're saying the tinfoil hat wasn't correct.
Oh, I would have thought for sure we were trying to purposely get Toronto, but we ended up winning some games, and
we destroyed the Leafs after those rumors started. The Rangers don't have a single multi-goal comeback win this year. Well, they're about 11.5 away from getting one. Unless the Panthers actually show up for the next 11 minutes and 23 seconds.
Done a pretty good job here in the first 8 minutes plus in this third period, not allowing too many of the fast breaks and the odd man rushes by the Panthers here. They're rolling back and trying to clog things up in the neutral zone, and especially now that they have the lead, they're in no hurry to take chances and get 2 forecheckers caught in the offensive end.
Yeah, it would be great to see comeback Cats one more time. Asplund with the puck, he flips in. Pugliarvi in the vicinity.
Watched by Trocheck. Deflected ahead. And Balinskis will try again.
Yeah. That's about right, Kyle.
Chris says, come on now. Jacob says, put it this way, if we beat and survive the Lightning, we play either Ottawa or Toronto. Puck in front, Rodriguez was deflected. We play either Ottawa or Toronto in the second round, and I like our chances in that round. Well, the Maple Leafs falling in the first is an annual classic.
Oh.
Could we please get the clear? Thank you, Forsling. Rodriguez now with the puck over to Bennett. Bennett shot high. Okay, so we are over halfway through the third. Schmidt has to go to the corner, past the Greer behind the line. Yeah, if the Panthers lose tonight, if they lose in regulation, they are guaranteed third seeds.
Right.
if we lose in overtime, we still could win against the Lightning. If we won against the Lightning in regulation, we would be ahead of them.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm seeing a lot of the third and the fourth line out there right now. Now they got the top line out there now, but Maurice is definitely letting that third and fourth line play a lot tonight. They don't care. They're not even worried about it, honestly.
Montreal on the power play now. Quick, Chicago, score shorthanded.
Stop.
Jacob says, I don't think in years past we're as afraid of Vasilevskiy used to be. I don't underestimate him, but I think we've played him enough to have his number.
Choice of size. Oh, and it's free to swap fries.
Metallic says, I wish they would at least try at home. Jacob says, now Montembeau, that man scares me.
Who that?
Jacob says,
oh, Montembeau, yeah. Yeah.
John says, just get out of this game healthy, not much to ask.
Yep, that's it. Totally agree.
Which players are we missing this game? Luosterainen, Lundell, Marchand, and Semiskevich are all resting.
And Mikkola.
And Mikkola.
Like a chunk.
In Tampa, the playoffs will begin on Saturday. Doesn't mean every team.
3 glorious days in a row. The only break before streams every night.
We do know if the Rangers hold this lead in regulation, the Panthers will finish third in the Atlantic. That's one thing we know, and that would mean they start on the road. Trying to get it even, give themselves a chance. Trocheck got the go-ahead goal short-handed earlier in the period. They got Ottman on that Trocheck line with Panera down. Here's Ottman, stolen away by Kulikov. KE pops it ahead.
Hello, could we at least get some offensive zone time?
Nah, Rangers sitting back, and we're just not interested in getting physical or anything.
Montreal just scored. God damn it.
Good. I'll get one more.
The Chicago needs to get that next
Stop
goal.
it. Ruined my whole game one intro.
All over Schmidt. Boquist has it knocked away by Kreider, but in the second attempt,
Come on, Chicago. I believe in you. All Chicago has to do is win in any fashion, including an overtime or shootout win, and the Columbus would still be alive mathematically.
Great strengths, especially Bennett, is to carry that puck through that center ice and hit the blue line with full speed, back off the opposition's defense, and that's been a little few and far between here in this third period.
All right, so the Rangers seem to be completely in control of this game when they should have been dead to rights.
Yep.
After the Panthers made it 3-1. Good God, could we make accurate passes, please?
Good.
No, the Canadiens would not get eliminated tonight. It's Columbus that is praying that Montreal loses, so Columbus does not get eliminated.
Jones on the clear ahead for Rempe. Miller. Couple assists. JT Miller. And a goal tonight. No second ahead. Yadjevich fired cross.
Yeah, Habs tied the game. Caulfield apparently got the goal.
Now Greer, the steal from JT Miller.
We dump in.
6 minutes left in the third. Panthers looking for some zone time.
Nothing doing.
Time just keeps winding down. Less than 6 to go now.
Barkov's line comes on. Barkov the pressure. Forces the turnover. It's
Reinhardt's.
circling back.
No.
Twisting and turning. Centering feet.
One job, Hawks. Just one job. Okay, Kulikov will hold it in the zone. He sends it wide. Did Jaws finish his playoff rap song?
I changed what I'm doing. I have something different that I'm doing this year because it's not just going to be a one game thing.
Now you're sure changing it and thus changing the juju of your
I'm
recaps.
going with what I want to do and not what I feel like I have to do.
Schmidt loses the puck. Quick gloves it with 4:44 to go. Colin says, "Do the thing, Swaggy. I need it, Swaggy."
Yeah.
We will also accept Reinhardt hat trick or Nico Sturm's first goal as a Panther.
Things aren't really moving. You could use some Metamucil psyllium fiber.
Red Wings winning 2.
So you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil keeps you moving.
The Stars have not looked as formidable as they once did. I think
You can fit a lot of
blowing that leads to Vancouver might have rattled them.
You didn't miss it. Join Planet Fitness now for just $1 down and get free unlimited fitness training.
We're mixing it up.
Not slowing down.
If we are the third place team, it is almost guaranteed that we are facing the Lightning in the first.
Yeah.
But there's also still a minuscule chance that we actually play the Leafs. Jacob says, how old is that jersey? Is it an original?
Yes.
We're all strong on this planet.
Well, we engineered a fast,
It's got the starter, so it's from back in the day.
Metallic says, why did we do this?
Why did we do what? Losing the game? Well, it's called taking it for granted. We had a 3-1 lead. I blame Goldie because we had a 3-1 lead, and Goldie started talking about how the Rangers were close to quitting.
It's 25th of the season. It looked like the Panthers. They're shorthanded check. It looked like Panthers got it out, but they carry it back.
Oh, Boquist completely.
Yeah, that was completely on Boquist. I mean, you got to be harder on the puck. You're doing a penalty kill.
Power play. He was on the power play.
You know what I'm saying.
Now we have Jones and Forsling paired up.
Oh, here we go
Oh,
again.
no. Zibanejad will have a wide open. They almost did that exact same goal. Oh, what a save by Bob.
Oh, this is the Rangers' revenge for the Eastern Conference Finals. Right? This is the best they got.
Yeah, quick rush there by the New York Rangers.
4:13 to go in the third.
It's forced to
We're out there resting half our team, and they're out there double shift and Trocheck. I'm being hyperbolic, of course.
Line on the ice. Kulikov and Schmidt. Now the defense pair. They win the faceoff. Good hit by Rodriguez. And behind the net, he takes the puck. Rodriguez keeps working it. Schmidt. Arrow goes to Kreider. It's out to center Brodzinski. And the Panthers get possession again.
Brutality Blood says, Stars not looking hot. Excellent. I had a Mr. Burns moment. That's an Avalanche fan. Yeah, I think you guys, the Avalanche, have a good chance this year against the Stars. Well,
yep.
Rangers now lead it 5-3.
Fortuitous bounce there for the Rangers. Rimpey makes a nice move, cutting back into the middle, and the Panthers just can't cover in time as that puck watch.
Monkey says, I recently started watching. What were you guys feeling when the Oilers tied it last year?
I'll let you tell this one.
It was not easy. We were dealing with our Saint Bernard who was on his way out.
Yeah.
So Brodzinski gets his 12th goal of the season. And we gave up 4 unanswered goals after having a 3-1 lead late in the second. We won't stop letting two guys get right in front of the net.
Well, when you're out there only playing to not get hurt, and the other team wants to be energetic and physical, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, you go back, Goldie, when the Panthers, they got that 3-1 lead. It looked like they were in total control of this game. A couple more chances.
Yeah, it seems like we'll be resting a lot of players tomorrow.
Yeah.
It seemed like the Rangers and the Panthers with a couple of miscues towards the end of that second period, and a little bit of life for the Rangers.
So 3 minutes to go of this slog. I'm sure we're not even going to bother with pulling Bob.
I would hope not.
Eric doesn't understand why the Rangers are playing to win today.
This is their revenge for the Stanley Cup for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right back to the no-check line.
Yeah.
Down there, we'll see. This may be the last we see of Markov and Reinhart in the regular season. We'll be gearing up for the playoffs. See if they get it back out there.
Reed says, I left the stadium for personal reasons after 3-1. What the hell happened? We just stopped trying.
Basically.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Steal by Nate Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Over to Sturm.
Sturm shot deflected.
Gadjevich for Jones. Slap shot.
Jones slap shot.
Oh, shit.
It hit Sturm.
Oh, that's not good.
That was 90 mile an hour plus. That puck was rolling on.
Sturm's grabbing his arm. You've got to be kidding me. The one thing we couldn't have happen was more injuries.
It's his hand.
It's his hand.
Great.
it just keeps rising.
Jameson says Rangers have not won a single game this season when trailing by 2 goals. This one ain't over. Your local Panthers fan says, I can only imagine the score tomorrow.
It's my fault.
Why is it your fault?
Because somebody on the noon stream asked me to predict the score for today, and I said 5-3 Rangers. I did say it would be 2 empty net goals.
That's not possible.
But yes, it is. If we were losing 4-2, excuse me, if we were losing 3-2, and we emptied the net, and they got an empty netter to be 4-2, then we score, make it 4-3. We empty the net again. They got a second one, make it 5-3. That's exactly what I said on the noon stream. So I just got the empty net parts wrong. But this is fine. Now we have no excuse to play at all tomorrow. Now we just have no reason to play at all tomorrow.
Even with the last desperation shots, we fail. All right,
that's that.
So the Rangers win 5-3, and the Panthers will be third place in the division.
Oh,
RSB says, oh man, I'd come back to an embarrassing loss. Not surprised though. Let's hope they actually wake up soon. Playoffs are just one more game away. All right, enough of this. I am going to. I think someone said the Habs and Blackhawks game is going to overtime.
Is that right? All right, let me go yell at the camera.
Oh, it went to the shootout.
Oh.
And Soderblom just made the first save against Cole.
If Montreal wins this, they clinch, right?
Yes, if Montreal wins, they clinch.
All right, I'll stay here for this.
So,
just to let you get
Nazar. Yes!
Damn it!
Hey, John, thank you for the 2.
Hey, thank you, John. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
He says, let's get the damn playoffs started.
Right.
Is Tkachuk going to be ready for the playoffs? Hopefully.
Come on now, Montreal. Don't do this.
Yes, do this. Line A now for the Habs. Glove save, Soderblom. So if the next Blackhawks player scores, it's over.
He's over at the talking to the referee at the penalty box.
Are they still debating whether or not that Nazar puck was in the net or not? Remember, they never found the puck. I bet that's what it is. Look at Moneyball is still looking underneath, and he's looking for the puck.
A lot of discussion. Referees are. That's what it is.
What are they trying to say?
They're trying to find out if Nazar's puck actually went into the net. That's a goal. The puck disappeared.
It just disappears. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it behind the pipe.
Andrew says, thank you, Panthers, for losing. Go Bolts.
Or are they trying to say he double touched it or something?
It's still pretty clearly. It's still there.
It's right there. I mean,
Unless there was something else. Can't see it. Glove save. Stick save. Nothing there from Montreal's point of view. Okay.
All right, can we move this forward, please? Shadow Wolf says, I wonder who's going to replace Sturm with his injury.
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, this is the most bizarre delay I've seen in a while. Now Teravainen out there for the Blackhawks to try and win it.
Come on, Monty.
Come on, Teravainen.
I don't want to have to.
Chance to win it for Teravainen. And it's saved.
Okay.
By Monty.
Yeah.
Jake says this is how we enter every postseason. So Suzuki. All Soderblom has to do is make a save here, and Chicago wins. He missed.
What? It stayed out.
It stayed out. Chicago wins. Wow. Chicago wins, and Columbus is still alive.
Well, you know, now you're going to end up streaming the Columbus game at the end of the season, sucker. Damn.
So, yeah, Chicago wins in the shootout. Yeah, there is hope still for Columbus. Jacob says Montreal is full-scale choking. It could have been even worse if the Blackhawks had held on to the 3-2 lead and won in regulation. Yeah, the Blue Jackets still have the chance. And that was very close, but Soderblom made the save against Suzuki. He had some help from the post there. So, wow. We'll still have home ice when the Leafs get smoked by the Sens. That's a good point, Jameson. Paul says, way to lay an egg at the final home game of the season. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Canada's. Yeah, Calgary could still get in too. So with Chicago beating Montreal in the shootout, that will put Montreal at 89 points. The Blue Jackets have 85 points. The Canadiens are at 29 regulation wins. The Blue Jackets are at 28. So the Blue Jackets must win their next two games and win them both in regulation. And Montreal has to lose in regulation its last game of the year. So the Canadiens' last game of the year is against the Hurricanes. So the Canadiens have to lose in regulation to the Hurricanes. And the Blue Jackets have to win in regulation against both the Flyers and the Islanders. The fact that the Blue Jackets are still alive, it's glorious. It's beautiful. Michael says we get the Battle of Florida round 1, Cats win. Battle of Ontario round 1, Sens win. Round 2, we get the Kachuk Bowl. Yeah, the Blues have the pressure. Yeah, the Jackets are alive. Have Carolina play all their starters. It's glorious. Columbus is still alive.
Celebrating 70 years in the U.S. and get exclusive offers on select new Volvo models.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Now taxes, TurboTax expert. Doing everything while you do your thing. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
Unlimited 2% cash back.
So, Michael says the script for the Atlantic is set. It's better TV. When the Cats make it to the Eastern Finals, they sweep the Canes again.
Blues denies Suzuki, and in the process denies the Montreal Canadiens their ticket to the Stanley Cup playoffs for now. Electric atmosphere at Bell Center.
Yeah, I'm sure the Habs fans are losing it on social media right now. It could have been even worse. The Blackhawks had a lead in the third period. So Blue Jackets again. Blue Jackets have to win in regulation against both the Flyers and Islanders. And the Canadiens have to lose in regulation against the Hurricanes. Dylan says, can someone explain what I just saw? Blown 3-1 lead in sloppy play and Canadians are choking. Yes, it's beautiful. The Blue Jackets are still alive.
To do them a solid and hand the Montreal Canadiens a loss, and it's a work.
Sure did, and I can tell you, after watching this game and knowing what was at stake for Montreal, knowing how the Blackhawks played
Is Jaws doing a stream at noon tomorrow? Probably. Emperor Keen says, I don't know which Flyers show up. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, the Panthers are probably going to rest as many players as possible tomorrow, including probably we won't see Barkov or Reinhardt. I'd be shocked if we saw Bennett.
So if Montreal gets one more point, do they clinch no matter how they get it?
Yes.
Okay.
But the Canadiens have only one game left. The Hurricanes.
The young kids were buzzing. You got Ryan Green, you got Oliver Moore, you got the Shoonoff, you got Rinzel,
And The Blue Jackets have to win both of their next games in regulation in order to get the regulation wins tiebreaker that they need.
So we might be streaming some playoff.
Flyers, Islanders.
So on Thursday, we might be streaming a game that matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right. You need that, please? All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate all the super chats, all the support. We are one game away from real hockey, finally.
Yeah.
It's been the longest regular season I think we've ever had. This has just been, I wouldn't quite call it torture. It's just been, it's been long. It's been a process, just knowing that these guys are just doing the best they can to stay healthy, and leads to nights like tonight where clearly the Rangers wanted to win, and we didn't. At some point, we just stopped caring. We just were playing to stay healthy. So, all right. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow at noon.
All right. Good night, everyone.